Welcome to Harmony Workout number 1. I encourage you to move along using the playlist that I sent you that goes along with the root chakra. However, if you prefer to use your own music, that's fine too, or you don't have to use any music at all. This is all about working in harmony and in sync with what your body needs today. So let's begin by connecting to our root, our tail, our anchor. We're rocking the hips side to side. Now, if it doesn't feel good for you to sit this way with your legs crossed, you can bring your feet further out in front of you with the soles of your feet together. That's usually a little bit easier to manage. And hold in the center. And let's really connect to the spine. Find your length. Sit up nice and tall. Visualize the bones. Visualize your skeletal system. So lots of space between your ribs and your hips. Inhale, reach your arms overhead. Exhale, up and over to your right, keeping your hips firmly grounded, anchored to the ground. Back in the center, filling your lungs with air. Breathe in through your nose. Exhale over to the left, lengthening the right arm overhead, exhaling out of your mouth like you're blowing out of a straw. And back in the center. One more time, we're just going to rock the hips side to side, letting go of any tension you might be holding on to in your hips. This is our time to really get grounded and connect to the deepest core muscles of our body. All right, from here, let's come on up to the hands and knees. So hands are directly under your shoulders and your knees are directly under your hips. And this is really important, because it's all about protecting the joints and getting into the right muscles. So let's extend the right arm and the left leg. Stretch. Go for so much length. Now, you always have the option of using one limb at a time. Okay, just holding the arm up in line with the ear. Or just the leg, the opposite leg. Let's point the toes and stretch your fingers, reaching wall to wall, tapping down and up, lower and lift. And as you're moving your limbs, it's important that you keep your spine completely still. Okay, we're not arching the lower back. Instead, we're pulling the abs in, keeping the spine long and straight. Hold this one out, stretch, go for so much length. And place them down. Hand under shoulder, knee under hip. Other side, left arm, right leg. And just do a little body scan here. Notice if your body's holding on to any unnecessary tension. Take a deep breath in, lower, lift. This actually realigns your spine. But it's all about precision. So, not arching the back, belly button drawn in, going for length more than height. 2 and 1. Hold this one out, hold your stretch, take a full breath, and exhale, take them back down. From here, we get to lie down. Lying on your back, with your knees bent, your feet are flat, and you're in a nice flat neutral pelvis. Now, when we talk about building a foundation, this is really Pilates 101. These are your lower abs, your transverse abdominis muscles. They tend to be really weak and lazy. So from this nice neutral pelvis, let's come into a pelvic tilt, okay, lifting the pubic bone higher than the hip bones and flatten back out. Keeping your ribs flat. Lift and hold. 2, 1, relax. Lift. 2, 1, relax. Keep doing that. And it seems easy enough, right? But we want everything else to relax right now. So we're not recruiting your thighs or your glutes. Just use your lower abs. 4 more. Lower. Relax your shoulders, your chest, your jaw, your throat. Last one. Lift, 2, 1, release. So we have to really connect to these muscles. It's challenging, but once we do, it truly does just change the way you move. From here, take your arms out to the sides and, take your arms out to the sides so your body forms a T. Bring your knees into your chest, and we'll take the knees over to the left as we look to the right. Like you're wringing out your spine as if it's a wet towel that you dropped in the ocean. Back in the center. Inhale. Exhale as you lower your knees over to the right. Look to the left. And back in the center. One more time each way. Over to the left. Look to the right. Letting go of any unnecessary tension you might be holding on to in your shoulders. Looking down the length of your arm to stretch out through the neck. Back in the center, deep, deep breath. And switch. Knees to the right. Look to the left. And back in the center. Placing your feet flat on the ground. We're back in our flat, neutral pelvis. All right, so next up, when we talk about Pilates foundational work that we need to master, is our C curve. Reach your fingers to the sky. On your exhale, lift to the tips of your shoulder blades. Again, sounds easy enough. However, we don't want the pelvis to tilt, and we want to get all the way up to the tips of the shoulder blades. Inhale, lower your head down, reach your fingers to the sky. Exhale, peel back up. Breathing out, breathing out, breathing out. Exhale, more, more, more. And lower down. So that's the key. It's quality, not quantity. Do it again. Exhale every morsel of air out of your lungs. Try to relax your neck and instead lift from your core. Lower back down. And do a body scan. Notice how your body might like to compensate. Lift back up. Oftentimes, as we lift to the C curve, the pelvis just naturally wants to tilt because it's all connected and a little tight. So instead, flatten the pelvis, keep it flat, and lower down. One more time. Inhale. Exhale all of the air out of your lungs. Breathing out, breathing out, breathing out, breathing out. And relax. Roll on up to seated. So just to summarize, because this is a nice little routine you can do anywhere, anytime, to get grounded and to calm your nervous system and connect to your core. We rock the hips side to side. We inhale, reach up overhead. We stretch to both sides. We're stretching all that fascia all down the side body there. We do both sides with breath. We come up to our hands and knees. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Opposite arm and leg. Stretch and go for so much length. We lower and lift. Lower and lift. Do the same amount of repetitions on each side. And this truly does realign the spine. Lower and lift. Lower and lift. Okay? And then you came down and we did the pelvic lift. So critically crucial for proper movement. We lift, we lower. Think about keeping the back ribs on the mat. Lift, lower. Finally, next, the twist. Arms out to the sides, knees right, look left. Wring out your spine like a wet towel. So we switch. You'll notice a common theme. We're constantly manipulating the spine in extension, flexion, rotation to make it more supple and move better. Finally, feet down on the ground, upper spinal flexion, reaching the fingers to the sky. We lift to the tips of the shoulder blades, keeping the flat pelvis, relaxing through the jaw, the throat, the chest, and instead recruiting the abs and the middle of the back, the thoracic spine. All right, so this is our foundational work. These are exercises that you can do any time of day.